Hey everyone, this is Jessika Vazquez, Curator of Integrated Sciences for the San Bernardino County Museum, and today I would like to talk to you a little bit about arthropods and museum collections. Let's go!
The word collection is defined as the process of collecting or accumulating something. Maybe you or someone you know collects something like rocks, toy cars, figurines, or even shoes. Museums are places that house collections. Museum collections can highlight the natural and cultural diversity of a region. The San Bernardino County Museum is one of those places, and it houses treasures including local basketry, textiles, vast collections of archival photographs, transportation artifacts, fossils of early arthropods, animal study skins, bird eggs, taxidermy, herbaria, and of course, amazing arthropods. You may be wondering why these collections matter. Who really cares about old stuff or dead stuff, right? Wrong. These collections capture moments in time and contain answers of questions that we haven't even asked yet. As technology evolves, we learn more and we are capable of doing more with the collections that we preserve. There's no telling what our collections will be able to offer our world 50 years from now. What is an arthropod? Well, arthropods come in many shapes and sizes, but they do share certain traits. For instance, arthropods are a group of animals that lack backbones. They have jointed legs, a hard exoskeleton, bilateral symmetry, and they have segmented bodies. Major groups of arthropods are myriapods, like millipedes and centipedes with more than 10 legs, crustaceans like crabs and shrimp with 10 legs, arachnids like spiders, scorpions, and mites with 8 legs, and insects like ants, beetles, and butterflies with 6 legs. With so many major and diverse groups, it's not difficult to understand why arthropods are the largest groups of animals in the world, and why they are so diverse in their morphology, which is just a fancy way to say they can look or appear different. Arthropods can have pinchers, venom, wings, and more. These adaptations help them survive and thrive in a specific environment. Aside from their unique appearance, arthropods play critical roles in our lives. For instance, have you ever wondered what happens to all the plant material that falls on the ground over time? What about all the stuff that dies outside, like skunks, lizards, rodents, and even arthropods? Well, there are organisms that break down or decompose all that material. This waste is recycled and made into rich nutrients that are used by primary producers like plants. Some arthropods, like millipedes, are a part of this special cleanup crew. Thanks to decomposers, we don't live surrounded by dead stuff. Arthropods are also an important source of food for other life. Even people get in on the action. Many people consume arthropods as part of their diet. Yum. Not to mention, we rely on pollinators for the health and growth of most of what we eat. Arthropod collections function as libraries that can aid in identification, research, and have implications across a large range of disciplines. These collections can be used in the following areas: public health, environmental changes, agriculture, ecosystem health, pathogens and vectors of diseases, environmental contaminants, loss of biodiversity, biological invasions, genetics, and more. Take pathogens and vectors of diseases. What is a pathogen? A pathogen is a microorganism or a tiny thing, bacteria or virus, that can cause disease. What's a disease vector? A disease vector is any agent that carries and spreads an infectious pathogen into another living organism. Take mosquitoes. We all know how uncomfortable their bites can be, but did you know that mosquitoes can potentially spread yucky pathogens or germs through their bites? Sometimes these bites can make you very sick. Fortunately, mosquito collections kept in museums can provide the necessary data so that researchers can better understand and control the spread of these mosquito-borne diseases. Agriculture is the science or practice of farming that provides us with food and other products. Many arthropods consume agricultural crops as well as spread diseases. These damages are significant and cost the United States billions of dollars a year. Think about the citrus industry and the devastation a tiny little arthropod like the Asian citrus psyllid has had on it. The Asian citrus psyllid acts as a vector, carrying the disease from one citrus tree to another. Once infected, the tree suffers from citrus greening and eventually dies prematurely. Arthropod collections can potentially help scientists solve these problems and lower the cost of damages inflicted by some arthropods, especially invasive ones, by helping to answer questions of where the species in question originated from, or questions about its life cycle, or even to identify an organism. Biodiversity is defined as the variety of life in the world or in a particular ecosystem. Have you heard the word endangered or extinct? Endangered is when a species is at risk of going extinct. Extinction is when a species no longer exists. This can happen for many reasons, and museum collections can be very useful to researchers in helping keep species from going extinct. Now you may be wondering where else you can observe arthropods, and the answer is everywhere. That's right. I bet you can find all sorts of arthropods just by going outside. That's because many species of animals, especially arthropods, have adjusted to living with people. Observing urban animal and plant life is a fun activity you can do with your family in the safety of your home. You can learn so much by watching ants work endlessly or by watching bees pollinate your flowers. What about spiders? Have you ever observed all the different structures found in webs? By observing your natural environment, you will undoubtedly find connections to other aspects of your life. Who knows? You may be inspired to create something new by observing nature. But why stop at observing? You can take it one step further and help scientists with their research by uploading your observations to citizen science platforms like iNaturalist. Now, wouldn't that be exciting? Now, please enjoy this behind-the-scenes look at our arthropod collection.
guys! I hope that you've learned a ton about arthropods and their significance to all life. I also hope that you've learned a lot about museum collections and why it's so important that we preserve and conserve them. Here at the San Bernardino County Museum, we actively take steps on a day-to-day basis to ensure our collection's safety and ensure that they will be accessible for generations to come. Who knows? You might be using our collections in your future careers and research. Thank you for spending time with me today. Please continue getting buggy with us.